This is R.D. Sharma Solution Class 12, Chapter 19. We are taking exercise 19.29, Indefinite Integrals. In this indefinite integrals, how to solve this type of expression. So we have integration px plus q. Inside under root we have ax square plus bx plus c. Now these letters px plus q, p and q can be changed. You can take it as L or M or any symbol or letter. Now how to solve this? Now px plus q, which is outside, we need to represent it in the differentiation form of ax square plus bx plus c. So what I am suggesting is px plus q will be equal to d by dx, that is the differentiation of inside stuff, which is d by dx of ax square plus bx plus c, and then the differentiation will not be equal to that. That means if you differentiate this, most of the time it will not be equal to px plus q. So you need to have certain constant along with it in order to facilitate the equality. So we have lambda and mu. Again, the first thing, px plus q is a linear equation because the order is 1. X has power 1. Inside root we have quadratic equation. The power of x is 2, order is 2. So the linear equation is represented in the form of differentiation of the quadratic equation. Now what will be the next step? We need to find out lambda and mu. We assume that p, q, a, b, c are all known to us whenever this question will come. So if you have 2x square equals to ax square, what does it mean? It simply means a is equal to 2. Similarly, if I write 3x equals to say mu x, what does it mean? Mu is equal to 3. So let's differentiate this. It will be lambda. Ax square will be 2ax. This will be b and c will be 0 plus mu. And this equals to px plus q. This equation is very important because we are going to replace px plus q by this equation in the later part. So px plus q on the left hand side, let's equate it with these similar terms. So we have 2ax lambda plus b lambda plus mu. So we will make these similar term as equality. So px equals to 2ax into lambda. This is our first equation. We are just equating the similar terms. Q is a constant, so it will equate to b lambda plus mu. Now when we terminate this x or cancel this out, p will be equal to 2a lambda and q will be equal to b lambda plus mu. Please remember, only lambda and mu are unknown, others are known. So with these two equations, we are in a comfortable position to find out this lambda and mu. So these two will be computed. Now this px plus q, as I suggested earlier, in this integral will be replaced by equation number 1. So px plus q will be equal to, in place of px plus q I am writing lambda into 2ax plus b plus mu, and then we have inside a root ax square plus bx plus c. Now let's multiply this. Integration will be lambda into 2ax plus b will be multiplied with the under root ax square plus bx plus c first. So lambda we can take outside. 2ax plus b into under root ax square plus bx plus c, and then we have mu, it can be taken outside. Inside this we have under root ax square plus bx plus c. Now let's call this first one as I1, other part as I2. Now in actual question we'll see how we are going to find out. See, 2ax plus b in the first I1 is simply the differentiation of ax square plus bx plus c. So if you have an integration of this type, where we have the f dash x and fx to the power n, that is the function to the power n and the differentiation along. So you can directly write the answer as fx to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So this simply will be ax square plus bx plus c to the power n is half here. So half plus 1 will be 3 by 2. And in the denominator it will be 3 by 2 plus 1. How about I2? We have under root ax square plus bx plus c. So we need to make it as a perfect square. So it will be in the form of x square plus a square under root. And this is the result which we are going to use. Under root x square plus a square dx will be equal to x by 2 under root x square plus a square by 2 log x plus under root x square plus a square plus constant of integration. Now let's see this question and try to solve it using the discussion we just had. X plus 1 under root x square minus x plus 1. So first thing is, we have to represent x plus 1 as, let us call it as px plus q. P is 1, q is 1. Under root ax square plus bx plus c, it is of the same form. A is 1, b is negative 1, c is a 1. X plus 1 will be equated as what? It will be lambda into differentiation of x square minus x plus 1. So x square minus x plus 1, and then we have a mu. Lambda and mu will be computed because all other things are known. So x plus 1 will be equal to lambda into 2x minus 1 plus mu. Now multiply this lambda inside, so it will be 2x lambda minus lambda plus mu. So let's write it as mu minus lambda. X plus 1 on the left. So x will be equated to 2x lambda. X will be equal to 2 lambda x. This is our first equation. X gets cancelled. Lambda is directly half here. In the second part, we have to equate the similar term. So the constant is mu minus lambda, and it will be equated to 1. Lambda is already computed, which is half. So 1 will be equal to mu minus half. Mu will be equal to 1 plus half, which is 3 by 2. Lambda and mu are computed now. Now this x plus 1 in this equation, which I am pointing or writing as 1, we will use this to replace x plus 1 because already a lambda and mu is computed. So let's call this as I. This integration will become half in place of lambda half, 2x minus 1 plus mu is what? 3 by 2. And this is just the replacement of x plus 1 in this terms. And the other part will remain same. So under root x square minus x plus 1 will remain like that with a dx here. So this integration, now let's multiply it inside and call it as I1 and I2. The first half into 2x minus 1 will be multiplied by under root x square minus x plus 1. So we have half integration of 2x minus 1 under root x square minus x plus 1. This is our first term. Then we have the second term, 3 by 2 multiplied by the under root term. So 3 by 2 I am taking outside, under root x square minus x plus 1 will be there. Now we have half and this term. Now you already know that this is fx, which is inside root, and power is half because under root x is simply x to the power half. So fx to the power half. If you take the differentiation of fx, which is f dash x, it will give you 2x minus 1. So x square minus x plus 1 differentiation will give you 2x minus 1. So integration of f dash x into fx to the power n, which you see here also, is simply directly you can write fx to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So in this case, what is n? N is half because root is actually the power half. So what is x? X square minus x plus 1. So I'm directly writing the formula now. Half is already outside. X square minus x plus 1 to the power 3 by 2 because half plus 1 is 3 by 2. Denominator you have n plus 1. What is n? Half. Half plus 1 is 3 by 2. Now 3 by 2 when it goes up it will be 2 by 3. So this 2 gets cancelled. 1 by 3 will come up in the front. So I1 is already done. I1 is simply x square minus x plus 1 to the power or raised to the power 3 by 2. And that is 1 by 3 also. A constant term. Now coming to I2. I2 is 3 by 2 under root x square minus x plus 1. So we need to integrate this. So x square minus x plus 1 we have to convert it into the perfect square. So whichever the middle term is there in the quadratic equation, you just take that term without the sign. Divide it by 2, square it, and then add it to the term, square it, add and subtract. So half square minus half square. So 3 by 2 integration. Now a square plus b square minus 2ab. So x minus half whole square. What is remaining? 1 minus half square. So 1 minus 1 by 4. So this will give you 3 by 4. So in order to make it as a perfect square, root 3 by 2 whole square will give you 3 by 4 only. So let's write this root 3 by 2 whole square. This is inside under root. Now do you see? This is under root x square plus a square formula. And the formula is already shown to you. It's x by 2 under root x square plus a square by 2 log x plus under root x square plus a square plus constant of integration. So let's write this. 3 by 2 will deal just now. So x minus half by 2 because it is x by 2, x is x minus half 1. Under root x square plus a square. This x square plus a square has come from where? It has come from x square minus x plus 1 only. We have added half square, subtracted half square by ourselves. Initially it was x square minus x plus 1 only. X square plus a square was that only. Plus a square by 2. What is a square? A square is already known to us. It is 3 by 4. 3 by 4 divided by 2 is 3 by 8. Multiplied by half, you will get 3 by 8. Then you take a log, and inside this you will get x plus under root x square minus x square plus a square. X is already x minus half in this case, and x square minus x plus 1 is like this. So then this x, just assume that I have written x minus half. I have just missed this negative half. So x minus half is what? 2x minus 1 divided by 2. This will give you 2x minus 1 by 2, and already 2 is there, means 3 by 2 has to be multiplied now. So we have 2x minus 1 by 2 into 3 by 2. So the first term of I2 is 3 by 8 2x minus 1, and this will remain as same, x square minus x plus 1. Now coming to the second term of I2, 3 by 8 multiplied by 3 by 2 will be what? 9 by 16. Inside this we have log, and keep it like this only. I'm writing it here, log. In place of x, I'm writing x minus half because it is actually x in this case. And this under root x square plus a square will be x square minus x plus 1 only. Now this is I2. Now just add I1 and I2, you will get the final result. So this I will be equal to I1 plus I2. And the final result, because we have computed I1 separately and I2 also separately. So 1 by 3 x square minus x square x plus 1 and to the power 3 by 2. This is our I1. Now coming to I2. 3 by 8, 2x minus 1, under root x square minus x plus 1. What is the third term? 9 by 16 log modulus of x minus half plus under root x square minus x plus 1 plus constant of integration. This is your final result.